My goal here in Belize, and actually everywhere I travel, is to connect culture through storytelling, to preserve cultural stories, especially indigenous stories that come from the Maya, the Mestizo, Creole, Garifuna, and other cultures throughout the world. Here, what's happening is you're starting to lose your culture, which is really sad to me. Out in this area, I find that when I go into a school, the students, they seem to know. It's wonderful. If I say, has anyone ever heard of Tata Duende? At least 3/4 of the hands go up in the air. It's not the same countrywide. When I go into a school in Belize City, if 1/4 of the children raise their hands, knowing who he is, that's a lot. And these stories are so important because their ethnicity and their heritage and their cultural, they have really important messages in them and lessons. So the goal is to use those stories within the classroom to teach creative writing. That's what we're going to do together today. So the training today is to give you some tools to take back to the classroom with you, or into the classroom for the first time for those of you who aren't yet teachers, so that you can use your own culture to teach creative writing and to make sure that not only is the grammar correct, the spelling correct, but that you're using material that the students can relate to. They see themselves in it. And what I found with this lesson is they really get into it because it's their culture. They know these stories and they feel proud of that. And the other goal is to instill a sense of pride in your own culture. Really important. So speaking of Belizean legends, this is where I need your help because you have probably heard of these different characters. When you hear Belizean legends, do any of the characters or legendary figures come to mind for you? Tata Duende. It's amazing. Nearly every class I go, that's the first one. Let's talk about Tata Duende. What can you tell me about Tata Duende?
Tata Duende was a short man.
He's a short man.
With a large hat on his head.
A short man. And my friend, standard 6. We're in standard 6 now. He is a short man. Can someone give me a standard 6 word for short? Yeah, he's a midget. How about another one?
Dwarf.
Dwarf? Yes. How about another one? Yeah, that's true. He's miniature. He's small. I think someone said he wears a large hat.
Yeah.
What's another word for large?
Huge.
Huge? How about another one?
Enormous.
Enormous. Very good. How about one more? Giant. All right. He has some interesting characteristics about his body.
His feet are backwards.
His feet are backwards. Yes.
He has 4 fingers.
He has 4 fingers. So he has no
Thumbs.
thumbs. He is thumbless. Where would you find Tata Duende? Where would you find
Forest.
Forest. Yes, you find it in the forest. Why does he live in the forest?
He's the guardian of the forest.
He's the guardian of the forest. All right. He's the guardian of the forest. What does he protect it from? Yes, from people who want to come and cut down all the trees. Trees are very important to us. What do trees give us?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Without oxygen, what will happen to us?
We die.
We will die. That would be so sad. Yes, we don't want to die. So he protects the trees from deforestation. And he protects the animals too. What does he protect them from?
Danger.
From people who hunt too many animals. So he protects animals from hunters. What is the lesson? What is he trying to teach us?
Every minute get killing the animals.
You're absolutely right. He teaches us the lesson is respect the environment, respect nature. That's what he teaches us, respect nature. If he sees someone and they're not respecting nature, what might he do? Might chop off their thumbs. That would be awful, right? So if you see Tata Duende, what should you do?
Hide your thumb.
Hide your thumbs, exactly. Hide your thumbs. Show me how you do that. How do you do it? Oh, you guys are smart. Tata Duende enjoys doing a lot of different things. Can you tell me something that you've heard about Tata Duende? Or He whistles. Yes, he does whistle. And when he whistles, there's something special about the whistle.
When he whistles, he blows in fire.
Yes. When he whistles, tell us one more time.
When he's whistling, he blows in fire. When he's whistling fire, he blows.
Yes, it's the opposite. So if he's whistling and you hear it loud, he's actually very far away. And if you whistle and you hear it soft, he could be right here. Yes, he could be very close by. So his whistle is special. What does he like to do to horse's hair? Yes, did you remember one? He likes to braid it.
He likes to play guitar.
He likes to do what? Play guitar, yes. He swings the babies in the hammocks. So he's really, in a way, he's trying to help. It sounds like he's trying to help with the babies. That's interesting. So he will swing the baby in the hammock. That's so cool. I hadn't heard that before. So when he sees himself in the mirror, it scares him, I suppose, and then he runs away and he does not come back. Interesting. So he's afraid, that poor guy, he's afraid of his reflection. So if you would meet him, how can you protect yourself? Show him the mirror, he sees himself, and he runs away. All right, so mirror is great protection. Good to know that. Let's talk a little bit about what she looks like in what you've heard. So during the daytime, what does she usually look like in the daytime? A woman, just an ordinary woman, right? She's a woman, and she changes. I've heard in the daytime, I've heard she's very beautiful.
Long hair.
Yeah, long hair? Okay, so beautiful, long hair, beautiful woman, long hair. What does she look like at night? I've heard one of her legs is not a human leg. What have you heard about her legs or her feet? Cow. Ah, interesting. I've heard goat, I've heard cow. So it changes depending where, so maybe a cow foot. And I heard that she has, you were saying, scales like a snake? She has scales and a tail like a snake, so a tail like a snake. I would scream too. I would definitely scream too. My experience, does anyone from last year remember what happened to me with Xtabai on a bus? So I was on a bus down in San Jose, Toledo, and I was the only white person on the bus because I was volunteering and people who look like me don't usually go there. And I was sitting on the bus and there were little girls sitting across from me and they were pointing at me. And then I have green eyes and I have clear skin, and some of the stories say she has green eyes and light colored skin, and I had blonde hair. Some of the stories say she's blonde hair. The little girls were staring and they were going, Xtabai! 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 And I did not know the legends yet. So I asked someone, I said, who is Xtabai? And they said, oh, she's a beautiful woman in the day. I said, oh, thank you. And she said, no. She has a goat leg or a chicken leg, and at night she transforms into a monster, and she has scales like a snake, and her nails are long and sharp, and her face is the face of a horse, and she attacks. Oh my gosh, these poor children, no wonder they're scared. So I pulled up my pants legs, and I pulled them up just like this. And I said, look, people legs, no chicken, no goat. And then the little girls, they were okay, and they relaxed, and we had a really nice bus trip. So she appears at midnight, and she's looking for those drunken men. She's looking all pretty. Oh, buenas noches. Oh, ven, ¿qué más? Ah, sí. Quiero bailar. Ah, dame un beso. And he, of course, follows her. And when she takes him into the forest, is she still beautiful when she's in the forest?
No.
What happens? Yes. And that's actually, let's write that horrible monster. Horrible, that's a wonderful descriptive word. Horrible monster. Horrible monster. Horrible monster. She changes, she transforms. With Xtabai, there's a lesson in the Xtabai stories too. Exactly. Yes, never be drunk. Do not drink too much. So what is Cadejo? What is Cadejo? A dog with red eyes. What color dog is he? I've heard there's two. Yes, there's two. Let's talk about the black one first. So the black Cadejo, is he good or evil? Evil. Evil. What color eyes? Red. Red eyes. And there's something special about him. He can grow in size. Grows in size. He carries, yes, he wears a thick chain. Yes? I love dogs. Should I pet him?
No.
Why not?
Because you don't know if that evil and dog or an special dog.
He's a special dog.
Never.
Never touch him. Okay. The white one, when would you see the white one? The white Cadejo. When will you see him?
When the black dog is attacking you, sometimes the white dog comes.
Yes. So if black Cadejo attacks you, white Cadejo may appear. So is the white Cadejo good or evil?
Good.
Yes.
A good dog.
So the white is good.
And the black is evil.
Yes. So what do you think the lesson is with the Cadejo? I think with the Cadejo, really the message in the Cadejo stories really is that everywhere there's a battle between good and evil. And we are facing challenges. We are meeting challenges. And we have to think, really think. Do we do the right thing?
Yes.
Or do we do the easy thing? Sometimes it's a challenge to know what to do. And these stories, the Cadejo stories, really, that's the symbol, that's the message, is to try to do the right thing. Let's talk about La Llorona. What can you tell me about her?
That she wears a white dress.
White dress?
Long nails.
Long nails?
She's a skin.
Are they beautiful manicured long nails? Really pretty? Oh, right, they're dirty. What is it? Yes, I know that. Right, that's the Xtabai. Yes. Where do you see La Llorona? Where would you see her?
By the riverside.
The riverside. Yes, by the riverside. And why is she at the riverside?
Because she killed her children.
Yeah, she drowned her children. That's really awful. Why would someone do that?
Because she wanted to be alone.
She wanted to be alone with her husband. Maybe she was jealous of the attention the children were getting. Are there any other stories that you've heard of why she did that?
Because she lost her children.
She wasn't paying attention. I've heard that too. That she was down at the river and she was washing her clothing and her small children were with her and she wasn't paying them any mind. She wasn't watching them. And what happened? They got lost. And then they fell into the river and what happened? They drowned. They drowned. Yeah, very sad. So what's the lesson of that particular story? Pay attention, that's right. Make sure parents should really, they need to pay attention. They need to take care of their children. The other one about her being jealous. Is there a lesson you can think of in that one?
Never. It's not good to be jealous.
Not good to be jealous. Okay. Another one, when you do something, if you do something, can you undo it? So think before you act. Very good. Think before you act. You can't ever undo it. Poor La Llorona feels so terrible about what